This representation cannot anymore support the grant of a new franchise to ABS-CBN. Dahil dito, hindi na kayang suportahan ng Kabayan Party List ang pagbibigay ng bagong prangkisa sa ABS-CBN. I am respectfully manifesting to this honorable committee my withdrawal of my authorship of House Bill number 6901.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, may mga itatanong pa po sana ako kung sana ay natawag ng pangalan ko batay sa tamang queuing. At ako po sana ang tatawagin kanina bago pa man si Congressman Marcoleta. Kaya lang po, hindi ko alam anong nangyari. Nauna po siya kahit ako ay nauna sa lista. At medyo inabot na po ako ng alas 11 sa pag-aantay. At any rate, Mr. Chair, I will no longer belabor the issues of meddling in elections and bias reporting hurled against ABS-CBN. It's already late and we all want to rest. And after all the interpellations, the interpellation of Representative Rufus Rodriguez, Mr. Chair, the allegations of bias reporting and meddling in elections appear to have all been refuted and shown to be wanting in merit. We have now come to the last day of our marathon hearings, Mr. Chair. And the same has been the case since day one. No less than the concerned agencies that have testified all attest to ABS-CBN's compliance with laws, rules, and regulations. Sabi ng DOJ, 100% Filipino citizen si Mr. Lopez, at there was never any instance that he lost his Filipino citizenship. Sabi ng Securities and Exchange Commission, the PDRs that were issued to foreign entities were not illegal. And there was never an instance that any of these foreign entities have been able to convert their PDRs into common shares. Pagdating naman po sa issue ng 50-year limitation, DOJ na rin nagsabi that the limitation refers to each franchise. In other words, you can operate for more than 50 years provided that none of your franchise exceeds 50 years. Pagdating po sa issue ng labor, the DOLE certified to compliance. Pagdating ng issue ng tax, both the BIR and the PEZA all certified to payments of these taxes. And now, today, Mr. Chair, KBP, COMELEC, MTRCB, even the NTC have all said ABS-CBN has complied. Mr. Chair, after all the lengthy exercise for the past 12 hearings, I think we all have come to a common conclusion that there are reforms we need to institute in the industry, that there are flaws and deficiencies in our laws that Congress need to address. And in order to improve the mass media industry, Mr. Chair, we need to work hand in hand. The players in the industry, we need their commitment to do the reforms within their respective companies, Congress for the needed legislations, and the public, the listening and viewing public, for their vigilance, Mr. Chair. Shutting down a mass media corporation is certainly not the right thing to do, Mr. Chair. The Speaker just issued a statement, Mr. Chair, I read a while ago, urging a conscience vote on the matter of the franchise of ABS-CBN. This is most welcome, and we appeal to the members of the committee to seek divine guidance and consult their conscience, whether or not denying the franchise of ABS-CBN, depriving millions of our Filipinos, of our people, access to information and entertainment, and causing massive unemployment in the middle of a pandemic are consistent with prudent judgment, justice, and equity, Mr. Chair. I appeal, Mr. Chair, for the sound judgment of the members of the committee. As I end, Mr. Chair, let me just share with you an adage that might be our guidance as the members of the committee vote this week. Somebody said, Mr. Chair, I expect to pass this world but once. Any good, therefore, or any kindness that I can show to any man, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglected for I this way. And thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening.
Magandang gabi po sa bawat po sa atin. Dahil medyo malalim na po ang gabi, babasahin ko na lang po ang aking manifestation. I am one of the few authors who wish to grant ABS-CBN a new franchise, as I desired to give it a new lease of life. I filed House Bill number 6901 because the party list group, Kabayan Party List, that I represent was of the initial impression that ABS-CBN is worthy thereof, and while ABS-CBN is not a perfect company, it will strive to be better. Further, at the time I filed the bill, we were of the impression that ABS-CBN will be able to fully explain and rebut the numerous alleged violations hurled against it on the constitutional requirement on Filipino ownership and management of mass media entities, on labor laws and standards, on non-payment of appropriate amount of taxes, on legal assignment of franchise without congressional approval, and biased reporting, among others. Finally, we initially thought that providing certain parameters to address the alleged violations of ABS-CBN in the franchise to be granted will be welcomed by the applicant. The proposed 7 parameters are: first, strict compliance with the Constitution, laws, rules, and regulations, including labor laws and standards; promotion of employment and security of tenure; ensuring impartial and balanced reporting; promotion of positive Filipino values; provision of public service time; strengthened self-regulation of contents; and reasonable and equitable rates of election ads. Most of these proposed parameters were already present in ABS-CBN's expired franchise and in the current franchise of other networks, while the others are deemed written therein. Wala po akong nilalatag na bagong regulasyon sa prangkisa ng ABS-CBN. Nililinaw at iniisa-isa ko lang ang mga ito na pamantayan na kailangan nilang sundin sapagkat sa dami ng aligasyon ng paglabag, lumalabas na nakakaligtaan o napapabayaan ng mga nagpapalakad ng ABS-CBN ang mga obligasyon nila sa bayan at sa ating mga mamamayan. And yet, I was reported to be imposing strict regulations to ABS-CBN with our proposed parameters. ABS-CBN's Christian B. Esguerra reported, quote-unquote, that the proposed parameters, quote, were seen as the government's way to control the shattered news network repeatedly criticized by President Rodrigo Duterte, unquote. Journalism professor Christian Esguerra passed it on as a news article, and yet the first sentence is already laced with his biased personal opinion. Okay lang po sana kung sinulat ni Ginong Esguerra isang opinion o editorial at hindi news article. Mr. Esguerra's inability to be impartial is perhaps the primary reason for his fierce objection to my proposed measure. He had difficulty separating facts from opinion. For indeed, news should be about facts. And if one has to report an opinion, then there must be proper attribution. But it's a cardinal sin for a journalist to pass on his opinions as facts. Now, as the hearings draw to a close after spending many days, several weeks, and countless hours listening to the testimonies and answers of resource persons, both for or against the grant of a new franchise to ABS-CBN, in which I have actively participated, my party list and our constituents who expressed their sentiments in our social media posts are convinced that the pieces of evidence presented, discussed, and distilled in the hearings favor the oppositors. Sa pagtatasa namin, ang mga inailatag na ebidensya ay mas pumapabor sa mga hindi pumapayag na mabigyan muli ng bagong prangkisa ang ABS-CBN. My party list group deems that ABS-CBN failed to successfully rebut the long list of alleged violations, and thus, this representation cannot anymore support the grant of a new franchise to ABS-CBN. Dahil dito, hindi na kayang suportahan ng Kabayan Party List ang pagbibigay ng bagong prangkisa sa ABS-CBN. I am respectfully manifesting to this honorable committee my withdrawal of my authorship of House Bill number 6901. I have already submitted this afternoon to the Bills and Index of the House of Representatives my letter formally withdrawing my authorship thereof, a copy of which I will send to the honorable joint committees. Before I end, Mr. Chairman, my heart grieves for the ABS-CBN employees who face possible displacement, particularly at this time of the pandemic. As an act of redemption for its employees, I hope that ABS-CBN will be generous enough to attend to its employees' needs in these difficult times, as it may be its last act of magnanimity to the people it has considered its family. In any case, I am also certain that this will just be temporary setback to majority of its employees, as other networks and stations will readily accept a workforce that comes with proven talents and expertise. Nonetheless, I shall continue to push for the inclusion of the 7 parameters I outlined in House Bill 6901 and 6902, particularly a pro-labor provision to be the underlying principles of all broadcast media in the Philippines. Mananatili ang aming marubdob na pagnanais na magkaroon ng malinaw na proteksyon sa karapatan ng ating mga manggagawa sa lahat ng networks. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chairman.